all, I'm Mrs. Dickerson, and I am so excited to welcome you to East Middle School. I am the 6th grade learning support math teacher. And to start our class off, I greet the students. We start with a quick feelings check, and usually we'll have some type of growth mindset music playing. After we take attendance, we move into our math frames. We do them mostly together, and so we try to take some of the pressure off students. We do a lot of modeling in class, and my team teacher and I, we work together a lot. And so after math frames, we move into our lesson in which we kind of team teach together and really make sure students are understanding. If we need to pull them to a breakout room, we do that. And we're just really enjoying having students this school year.
Hi everyone, my name is Miss Triana and I teach math with Mrs. Dickerson. Currently we are focusing on the iReady math curriculum. Your children should be familiar with the math series. It is new to Mrs. Dickerson and I, so it's been a learning experience, but we're very excited about it because so far it's running very smoothly and the kids seem to be understanding all of the concepts that we have started teaching. I also am the girls' 6th grade basketball coach, and I do assist with the 7th and 8th grade girls with Coach Steve Mizakowski. So for in the future, 7th and 8th grade girls, if you're interested in playing basketball, I'm the person to come to. And the 6th grade girls that we do have, they are dynamite and they have been a lot of fun to coach. So it's nice to meet everyone. As always, if you have questions, concerns, please don't ever hesitate to ask. We are here to help you and your children. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mr. Biter. Some of you might have seen me before because I was previously the computer teacher. Now I am teaching 6th grade English language arts. In my classroom, there's often 2 other teachers. You'll meet one of them, Miss Ruers, later on, and also a push-in teacher for my English language learners to help them out. In my class, we use a grammar textbook and a literature textbook. The literature textbook looks like this. Every student should have a copy of each at home. There's also an online copy that I have showed the students how to access. Each day we log into our Schoology and click on our Zoom link. After we do that, we go over our grammar from our grammar textbook and watch a video about grammar. And then we get into our literature. If you'd like to contact me, my office hours are 1:45 to 2:45, and email is the best way to contact me. That's bbeiter, B-E-I-T-E-R, @eriesd.org. If you contact me or your other teachers through your child's Schoology, there's a chance that we may be able to answer you right away, but chances are we don't see those notifications as quickly as we would in email. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Miss Ruers. I'm the 6th grade English language arts learning support teacher. I work in the same classroom with Mr. Biter. I have been working with the students in the 6th grade for the 2 years now. Mr. Biter and I share responsibilities of Schoology. Breakout rooms is a big thing that we do. All of our students enjoy working with both of us in different breakout rooms. All of them enjoy getting help from each of us in different ways. They like his point of view, being a male teacher, mine as well. It really breaks up the day a lot. We seem to have a lot of fun when we're in here. You will possibly be contacted by myself or Mrs. Dickerson or Mr. Burkhart for an IEP meeting this year. One of us will be in contact with you. I know I've spoken to a lot of parents already. If there's any questions or concerns, please feel free to call the school. I know a lot of you have spoken to Mr. Doug already and left messages, and that's perfectly fine. Do not hesitate to call or email us. We're always available to get a hold of.
Hi guys, I'm Mrs. Evanoff. I'm the science teacher this year in our pod. I'm really excited. I'm new to science this year, so it's new for me and for the kiddos. Our three main units we're going to focus on are energy, resource, and conservation, discovering near space, and then matter and interactions. Everything on our Schoology page for science is listed weekly, and then under each week, there is a day of the week with specific things that we're working on each day. Some really awesome resources we have coming. One is called Mosaic and Gizmos, so you'll be hearing more about those. Just as the other teachers have already said, if you need to get a hold of me on the Schoology page and my updates is my email address. So please feel free to email or go on through Schoology. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mr. Burkhart. I am the learning support teacher for social studies, and I work with Ms. Lamb with your kiddos. This is my first year at East, as well as their first year at East. So looking forward to this school year. When the kids enter social studies class, we start off with CNN 10, and I work with them with that and any discussions that we have and pertains to that day's current events. Again, like Ms. Ruhr said, we will be contacting you guys, parents, for any information for IEPs this year. And if you have any questions, feel free to email myself. And now Ms. Lamb.
Hi, I am Ms. Lamb. I am the social studies teacher with Mr. Burkhart. We are going to walk you through what our day is like. We have it a little bit different. We don't really have a set curriculum. So this year in social studies, Mr. Burkhart and I are working together to find some resources that are available for the kids. A lot of us have touched on that we take attendance in the morning, as Ms. Dickerson and Ms. Triana do. We play a little bit of music in the background. They do their current events, that is their participation grade, and then we go to our main lesson. Even though we are a social studies class, we have a strong focus on informational reading. So we are the informational reading part that is tailored with Mr. Biter with his literature. Here's a copy of our textbook. Don't really use a textbook too much. We're not really textbook heavy. We basically use it for note taking, just to give the students a general guide of how to take notes for information. Usually we're looking at 1 to 2 days a week on this. We are using some sites like ReadWorks. This is one that we are going to use very, very heavily. If you notice, we can differentiate the reading instruction and find some text based on each child's reading level. We also are using Edpuzzle. This has been very successful. This is actually another form of assessment in which the kids will use their video to answer questions. And last but not least, quizzes. We're hoping to get them on here as another way of assessing the students. We're going to talk to you as a team what our expectations are. Please note that these grade level expectations come from the top down. So these are expectations that are not only here for our team, but here at East. And friends, we want you to know, we hope to see your face someday soon. We don't know if we will, so some of these may change as we get to see you face to face. The students were reminded of these the other day in class, so this should not be new to them. At the top of our pages, we all have a Zoom link that the kids can just access to get to our class. They then can have their chat and microphone. That's their way of talking with us. We would like to see those cameras on, especially during assessments. We as teachers have the control over the cameras and the microphone in the Zoom meeting. Students already know to have their first name for the Zoom meeting. We also would like the last, but first name at least. unlike being in a regular school setting, it's very hard to be talking about discipline for inappropriate or disruptive behavior. In Zoom, they have a waiting room. It is considered to be a timeout room. So if a child is being inappropriate, whether through chat or what we are seeing on their camera, we will dismiss them to the waiting room for what is called a 5-minute timeout. Then we let them back in, give them a warning. If we have to send them back out for another 5 minutes, we will. At that point, we will then dismiss the child from class. If that happens, a phone call will be sent home, and we also will let the administration know. Attendance, this is crucial, and we're seeing a lot of in and outs. We all take attendance during the first 10 minutes of class. That is what is considered our do now. If they're absent, pretty simple, they're absent. If they come in late, we change it to a tardy and put the time they entered the class. So even if it's a half an hour, we do put that in as that time. We cannot give full credit if they're not in class the whole time. If a student enters and logs out and does not come back, or if they're unresponsive during the classroom, we have to consider that a class cut. A lot of times we may see a child's name, but never see them or hear their voices. So that would be a class cut. So just something moving forward that hopefully we could have your support with. Students' expectations, they are to wear clothing that is appropriate. We all have participation points being part of their grading. That is the most important part right now, is to make sure they are engaged in participating. Obviously, we're not in the living rooms with you or the kitchens with you or the centers with you. So we need to make sure together that the kids are not on cell phones or gaming systems or social medias. Sometimes we can see their eyes wandering and watching a little TV off to the side. It's our job to kind of bring them back and have them focus. We just ask if some of those obstacles or distractions are taken out of the room. If students are not turning in their work, they should receive a 0. And again, we will call home. Those of you that are students that are high risk for failure, we will also turn that over to our interventionist. I think I can pretty much speak for all of our team. No one here is willing to fail your child, your student. If we see a student working to the best of their ability, they will pass our classes. No one here is, wants to fail the child. However, there's a difference. If they're not doing any work, that's where we have to put it in as a 0. That's the only difference in that. Looking at our grading scale, it is different this year for 6th grade. They are now in middle school. It's a 10.9-point scale. To get an A, I'll let you see that here, 90 to 100. B, 80 to 89. C, 70 to 79. D, 65 to 69. And an F is a 64 and below. Again, looking at these spaces, not any of us are going to push for that. We will always work with you to make sure kids are getting their grades up. And on the last, second to last slide, this is the power matrix. This is what goes on at school with our virtual matrix this year. We're focusing on home and technology, having the kids have the power at home and with their technology. And last but not least, I apologize, some of these are a little off. Here are our email addresses to get in contact with us. I just realized a lot of spelling errors, but we also have them with our Schoology page. And I think with that, again, we all welcome you to East, and we hope to see your smiling faces here in our seats one day. Bye, guys.